Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue and probably conclude Myst, the Masterpiece Edition. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn on filtering so we can read words or writing when we have to read them. We completed the Channelwood Age in our previous episode, and I was quite pleased at how quickly that age went. In the recess of my memory, I remembered that age gave me difficulty the first time I played the game. And granted, I've only played it twice, but the valves in the water, I don't know. I just remember that it kind of tripped me up. Now, the last stage that we're gonna do, let's go ahead and rotate the tower to it. The Rocket Age. That's the age that I remember calling it when I first played it. Excuse me. The name of the age is not given in this game. If we go back and check in the journal, this one, right? Or this one? This one? See, it's been a while. How could I welcome age with no inhabitants? Well, now none of the ages have inhabitants. Grassy Hill. Where is it? Strangely enough, the Grassy Hill, Horrible Death, Hot Wind. That's right. The Hot Wind, Pleasant Breeze. Yeah, this is actually the Selenitic age, but we don't get the name of the age in this game. It's not the Osmoian age, which is mentioned in another book. Excuse me. Or the Everdunes, that other place with Pran and the Choctic people, whoever they are, right? That's how. There's no indication of who those people actually are, who Pran is, what the Osmoian age is. But anyway. Oh, whoops! I did want to go. Keep going. So. Yeah, there's no mention of the name of the age in the book. There's the compass. It's like, okay, that's important probably, right? 3 meters. Dish, amazingly strong. Rocket ship thing. Prize invention. Lots of disappeared ink. 14, work with 14 instead of what? I'm fatigued, more deleted stuff, and I think it randomly disappeared, right? Like magically. It mentions Cirrus and Achenar back in the Channelwood Age, but yeah, the meteors. Yeah, nothing that mentions this age by name in this book or in the other books. Okay, now there's this. Oh, that's right. We need this. Okay, let's commit this to memory real quick. There's the 1 here in this set of keys. 2 and the 3 in this set of keys. The 4 in this set of keys. And then the 5 in this set of keys. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is there, then 1 plus 3, then plus 4. Okay, not too bad. That's easy to remember. Alright, and then we have a little topographical map of the age. That's cool. I did appreciate that. Oh yeah, no naming of the age. And I don't remember where the age is named, later on as the Myst series progresses, how you learn of the name of the age. Oh, and we will need this later on. And of course, in my infinite wisdom, I didn't write down which of the codes it is that we're going to need, so we'll have to do that quickly. I do have a pen and paper here that I will use for that. All right, let's go to the tower. Get the clue. Okay. one last trip to the tower. It's too bad that Atrus didn't design the tower with like an actual observatory of the whole island, because I mean it's a cool view, you know? But no, he made it practical. He made it so you can only look through this tiny slit. Okay, so we're looking at the spaceship thing. Now we're gonna go get the access key, 59 volts. Okay. That's it, 59 volts, alright. Let's go do it. There's only one place that we haven't been on the island to, or interacted with, and that's the power station, which makes sense if the clue is 59 volts. Now we just gotta figure out how that all goes together. Or remember even, maybe. Okay. But honestly, the only thing that I'm solidly remembering about the Selenitic age is the underground part with the submarine thing on the tracks. And that you have to like match sounds or something. That's the only thing that has lasted my memory after all these years. Okay. Good. Go down here to the bell of power. All right. Well, this is a very windy staircase, and it's making me nauseous. Okay, so buttons and two little indicators. I don't know. Let's push the middle one. Okay, we got 8 volts. Now what? $30 volts. Okay, that's cool. This would have been something really good to have written down in my gaming notes. It was kind of ironic, right? I had notebooks upon notebooks upon notebooks of notes of all the old games that you know, I would play, and 32. Okay. I have no idea. Let's just keep kind of keeping them together. That seems to be working. Ooh, 51. We're kind of close. Maybe... Oh, that's too much. So maybe, we have to come over here. 67. So that gives us 60 if we light that one up. 58. Oh, we're so close. 51. That adds 7. That adds 16. That adds 5. Does it matter? Okay, that adds 5. No. So seems like each of these adds a certain amount of volts, right? That adds 19. That adds 10. That adds 7. That adds 8. That adds 16. That adds 5. That adds 9. That adds 19. That adds 22. Okay. That adds 2. And that adds 1. So what combination will give us 59? 16. Let's do the 22. 38. And this was 2. And this was 19. So now we have to probably get both of them lit up, yeah? Okay, what is this? Generator switches. Power to spaceship. Okay, yeah, so we have the power. Now we just need the power to go to the spaceship. So, oh, that's right, the towers. These little towers. There's 2 of them. Okay, can't walk that way. Have to go back this way. I guess they just didn't program a little walkway on that side. Yeah, here we go. Alright, will that get me in? Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. So, the notes. Alright, so number 5 was here, and number 1 was just right here. So here's the first note. Gotta commit this to memory. I will forbear singing it. Okay. I mean, I can carry a tune just fine, but I mean, probably no one wants to hear that. There it is. Okay, now number 2 was over here, I think. Where was number 2? Ah, crap. Number 2 was this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Okay, yeah, that's it. And then this one, right? Okay, that one. Yep, I think that's it. Let's see. Number 4 was back here. Or was that 1? No, that was. This is 4. I think that's it. And then this one. Okay, and I think we got it. Oh, yes. Alrighty. All those years of band and music finally paying off. Coming through to a fruition. Uh, I never took piano, but I did play in a symphonic band, jazz band. I was a trumpet player for many years. Anyway, come on. Stop with the vertigo-inducing loading screens. Thank you. Alrighty, let us be off in the Selenitic age. Or as most of us, I think, would call it, even back then when I first played it, which was many years after, let's see, it was about a decade after it had been released, right? I think people still called it the rocket ship age back then. Anyway, let's come up here. I do like the trees and the grassy hill that was described. What are these little patterns in the trees? Probably nothing of significance. Probably. All right, we've got the little dish that we saw saw an illustration of that in the journal. But up here we've got a transmitter or a microphone of some kind. And then this is probably a well, a spring, running water. Okay. Oh, there's the blue page. All right, we'll come back for that later. And then we have this. And we probably need to activate it to toggle it to on, or to the position that it wasn't, because otherwise, why would there be a toggle? right? That's kind of how I've learned about things in Myst, is that at one point, if something can be toggled, it probably should be toggled. All right. So let's come up here to this one. These are interesting little constructions of brick. Oh, can we look down there? Oh, hello. That's fire coming up from the. What is that? Molten lava? Is that magma? All right, let's not stick around here for too much longer. Yeah. All right, just make sure. Okay, there's that little thing. I think this is the end of the level, right? Okay, yeah, you've got to put these sounds in the right order, but you have to solve everything. There we go. Okay, this is a clock. Can I look up? It doesn't look like this clock is actually working. Okay, whatever. But this was an early CD-ROM game, so graphics of objects with movable objects that were graphics weren't terribly common. Like if the developers didn't have to make something move, they didn't. Not still in the early days of the CD-ROM. Yeah, there's the red page. And they sound like wind chimes. They look, I mean, the little illustration, water crystal? I don't know if that's what it's supposed to actually be or be called, but we'll just call them crystal chimes. Okay, so now let's come across. You can't see very far ahead of you. I'm sure that's another programming thing, but the thing about it is, it's okay because they did such a good job of designing the story and the lore into the game. It's like you would expect it, right? It's like, oh, we have programming limitations where, we can't render an environment that's fancy, that is highly detailed, and where there's a ton of terrain and trees and bushes and shadowing and all the things that eat up your memory, your GPU memory, and that would also reduce performance in a game that wouldn't have the ability, or on a computer that wouldn't have the ability to handle it, because your dedicated, we back then they called them dedicated graphics cards. I don't know if there was another name for them, but I think everybody I knew referred to your GPUs, as they're commonly renowned, or video cards, right, as just dedicated video cards. I'm sure that they were still called GPUs, but that's just what everybody called them, or most people did, that I knew. Maybe I knew the wrong people. I don't know. All right, so we did activate the wind tunnel sound, right? Okay. Oh, it's dark. Let's turn the lights on. Just walking around in the dark is scary, even though you can't really die on this game. You can lose the game, but you can't die. Okay. So, can I look up? No. Can I look to the side? Kind of. Alright, so we've got the pictures. All the pictures are the same. Getting static, so we've got to line the picture up. We got to point the picture at where these are on the map, yeah? This one was way over here. It was like almost exactly right behind us. Oh, this is flashing green over here, so let's just... Oh, a little bit more. Ah, okay, so when you've lined it up, that's right, when you've lined it up, there's no static, and the little green flashing arrows go away. Okay, that is starting to come back. It's all coming back to... no, let's not do that. Okay, let's rotate this one. That's the clock. So this one will be over here somewhere. 130.3. All right. And then the clock. Oh, clock. This will have to be over this way, yeah. Come on, where are you? There we go, 55.6. And then the wind crystals will be pretty close, yeah. Ah, there we go, 15 degrees even. Okay, and then the wind tunnel, I think that's just straight this way behind us. Yeah? There it is. Oh, not quite. 212.2. Okay, so now that we've got them all lined up, we press this, yeah? Wait a minute. It gave us the sounds in a different order than this order. Okay, one more time. What is it? Chimes, water, wind, thermal vent, clock. So, chimes, water, wind. Excuse me, wind. Chimes, water, wind, thermal vent, clock. That must be the order that you have to put the sounds in at the access door. Okay. Yeah, don't remember any of this. I do remember lining up the sounds on the, well, I should say I do remember you have to line the sounds up with the setting, the heading. Is heading or heading? But yeah, anything else is like, yeah, just vague memory, or there's nothing there. I'm remembering. Okay, let's grab the red page. Let's see what Cirrus has to say. Let's come back this way, turn. Ah! Okay, so it was, what was it, chimes? Chimes. Then water, wind. Water. I think wind's at the top, yeah? Then, crap, was it thermal? Yeah, thermal vent. And then clock. Alright, there we go. That should do it. Hey, we got in. Alright, now this is the part, yeah, that I remember the most. Because, now, I remember this part the most because I made a very critical mistake playing this my first time through. Now, which was once again silly of me because I was playing on a challenge, basically like how fast can you beat it, not necessarily a speed run, but like how fast can you figure stuff out, right? So just click forward. So in my infinite wisdom, really just being stubborn and being yeah, a stubborn young man, I didn't take any notes. I'm like, I ain't got time to take notes. I would be forced to at the very end, of course. But I didn't take notes at least up until this point. Because when I got here, I'm like, oh, shoot, which way do I go? And I failed to notice that the sounds that were being given corresponded to the direction that you're supposed to go. And, according to the directional sound association that we learned back at the mechanical age. However, being prideful as I was, and being so smart, let's see, north to west, we've got to go left, because that's Pri, right? Pri is west. I thought to myself, I don't need to take notes, I can just memorize everything. And granted, I did have a very, very excellent memory in my younger day. However, that hubris kind of set me back a bit, because by the time that I realized that, oh, these sounds, they're different and they do have significance, I was unwilling to go back to the mechanical age, because we all know how much I hate backtracking. And so and I hadn't saved my game. I hadn't made one save point. I was so confident in myself that I had not made one save point. Okay, that was a sproing, so we all need to go east. I didn't save my game once. I do remember that. I didn't make a single save. I'm gonna beat this all in one, sitting. It's gonna take. I thought I was gonna be able to do it in 3 hours. Took me 4 or 5, but I think I've mentioned that. But anyway, so I don't know if there was any kind of, mental fatigue starting to set in, starting to get a little mentally tired from thinking actively for so long and about the puzzles. I don't know. Sproing again? Yeah. Okay. Yep, here we go. And so I don't know about that. Like, I can't remember that detail, but I do remember that since I didn't recognize the sounds were indicative of the direction that I was supposed to go, or by the time I figured it out, I think I was about halfway through when it dawned on me that, oh, these are the directions. These are the directions I'm supposed to be going, but I didn't write anything down. So, what did I end up doing? I ended up having to memorize it. Or to, memorize the directions and the sounds as I went. So the very beginning was a struggle because of not paying attention to the very important information, the audio information, and if I had been smart and written down any notes from the game, like was my habit, because most of the time I was very copious note taker, map drawer, all that. Pretty big, nerd as far as that goes. Very, very detailed oriented. Sounds pretty. Turn right again, or rotate right again. So, yeah. I don't remember at what point everything started to come together. I started to realize how much of a dolt I was, but for not taking notes, because it actually ended up losing me time, right? In the end. But I struggled through it, at least the first time around. But I do remember that I kind of memorized it, so that when I came back for the other color page, what was that? Donk Pri, so southwest. So we're facing south. We need to go southwest. So we need to rotate right. Yeah. Donk Pri. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the story. And that's why I remember this part so well. Because it dawned on me just how dumb I had been for not taking notes, because I was in such a focused mode to try and, well, be smart and be cool. Because Wait, wrong way. Because part of the challenge wasn't you can't take notes. It was just, I bet you can't, you know, beat it in one day or one setting, whatever it was. So, yeah, I could have gotten out a pen and paper and taken my time, or at least taken my time to take notes. What was that? Tinksbroin? So northeast? No, that's Tinkpri. Tinkpri is northwest, so we're going west. We gotta rotate right. And of course the clue of the compass. Now a really smart person, smarter than me, would have looked at the compass on the journal and be able to put that together that, oh, if there's a compass, maybe it's linked to the mechanical age. I don't know. I would think that a really smart person would, or a person smarter than me would have been able to figure that out just from the journal, because you technically could have by, you know, just Tinksbroing. So we're at northwest, we need to go northeast, so we need to rotate again twice. You could put that together, like by deduction and logic, but anyway, it's moving on. North. Alright, here we go. We've got to be almost there. This is long. Not to mention slightly scary. Oh, especially when it tilts like that. It's like, oh man, how secured is this submarine on these tracks? Or this, whatever this thing is, if it's not a submarine. I think most people... Oh, what was that? Sproing cowbell? So we're going east. We need to go southeast. So, rotate right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Please be the last one. I haven't been counting how many this is. It was probably in the journal. Okay, no sound, so we must be to the end of the track. We are, and that must be the book, that little thing there. It's a thick book. Wow. It would have been cool had they programmed in a little bit of information about the age. You know, you can't click on the pages to turn them. It just takes you straight back to Myst. But I know that the Miller brothers, they had very limited time and funding, and to my memory, they really had to convince the gaming company. Was it Cyan who actually published the game, or was it somebody else? I can't remember. But anyway, they had like 170,000-ish, I think, to work with, and um, so they had to, you know, they probably didn't get to add all the bells and whistles they wanted to. Anyway, let's listen to Cirrus. Who cares about all that nonsense?
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother Achenar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here, in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Achenar has burnt and mutilated most of these books. Why? father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the Myst books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Acheron's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final chapter. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves. In this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released and able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another warning. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Okay, so that's Cirrus's final spiel, and sales pitch, really. So let's go back and get the blue page and see what Achenar has to say about that. So Cirrus warns us of Achenar once again that he, giving us a little bit more detail every time. Achenar destroyed the ages, murdered everybody, became deranged, went insane. I mean, the fact that he's deranged, insane, that's kind of obvious, right, from hearing him talk to us. And so it's totally believable that Achenar, went on a murdering spree with all of the stuff we saw in his bedroom, the poisons, the electrical or the electrocution cage, the weapons, right, the maces, swords, knives. Well, Cirrus had a knife in one of his bedroom drawers, but mostly Cirrus's bedrooms were posh and fancy. All right, where's the blue page? It's over here. Fortunately, we don't have to do hardly anything this time around. We just have to go back through that underground rail. Everything else is already set the way it should be. There we go. Yeah, even this has... I really appreciate that they did program the game so you don't have to, like, redo everything when you go back into the age. That would have been annoying. Okay, let's go back into the sub. How does the submarine get back here? Huh? How does it get back here? Is it automatically programmed to, like, come back? I guess. It would have to be, right? But whatever. Minor details. So we have. So let's review the two stories, right, from the brothers. We have two stories that kind of overlap but mostly conflict. Each brother warns us of the other. You know, Cirrus says don't trust Achenar. Achenar says don't trust Cirrus, and both of them accuse each other of being the cause for their wrongful imprisonment. Whether it's my brother imprisoned me, or let's see, North Fui, um, excuse me, or our father imprisoned both of us because of my brother. You know, there's that argument. Both of them are saying the same thing there. And I think both of them are accusing each other once again of destroying the ages and somehow, you know, they get more detailed. Let's see, Tink, each time. So Achenar will probably say the exact same thing that Cirrus did to us, just in a different way. Um, when we turn in the blue page to him. And let's see, what else are they telling us? You know, don't free my other brother. I can't bear to think what will happen if, you know, Achenar is freed or if Cirrus is freed. What's that, Sproing? Sproing is east. Yeah. So anyway, each of them are basically giving us the warning. And now the new thing is go to the fireplace, find, or go to the bookshelves, find code or pattern 158, go to the fireplace, punch it in. You know, give me my page. Don't give my brother his page. Don't touch the green book. And that's where it's like, okay, as a player, by now you would have had to have started to suspect that things aren't as they seem. Because Donk, that's south, yeah. Each of the brothers' stories, they, you know, either don't line up, they're suspicious that they're accusing each other. You know, Achenar, you know, he's crazy, he's insane. Why would we want to free him? Cirrus, however, you can kind of tell that there's a. He kind of drops his guard a few times. He tries to be very friendly and smooth with you, but there are a couple times here and there while he talks to you where you can tell that there's this underlying murderous intent that he hides much better than Achenar because he hasn't gone completely deranged and unhinged. So anyway, so the logical conclusion would be if both brothers, let's see, Fui, south, rotate right, would be okay, then something else is going on. Things are not as they seem. And that is what brings us to the other clue that we were able to put together in the last episode, which is those two pieces of ripped paper, which were found in different ages. The marker switch vault access, right, on the island of Myst, which said the vault is located in very plain view on the island of Myst. Oh, wait, what? Donk, Pre, southwest, so south, rotate once to the right. Yeah. And I'm just reading from having written it down. I actually wrote down something down this time. Okay, access can be achieved very easily if simple instructions are followed. First, locate each of the marker switches, flip them up, and then go to the dock and flip that one to the off position. And Fui. So west. Let's see, we're at southwest. Rotate once to the right. And so what? And so we know that that's a clue that we're gonna, you know, we're gonna pursue that. But what will it give us, right? If we haven't played this before, what will it give us? What is that? That's a tink and a sproing. No, that's a tink and a pre. Northwest. West, no. So that will help give us access to the vault. We don't know what the vault is yet because that hasn't been mentioned. We just know that the vault is accessed that way. And so we haven't connected that with anything yet. We haven't connected really the green book that Cirrus just warned us with anything other than he claims, let's see, was that Tink Spring? That's northeast. He claims it's a trap. Akinar will probably say the same thing. So I think that most players playing their first time through wouldn't believe the brothers, right? They would wait and see, like, okay, there's more to it than meets the eye. What is it? All right, I think this is our last one. Or do we have one more? I haven't been counting. I've just been trying to pay attention to the pattern of the sounds. Because the last one was a cowbell sproing. This one. Which is southeast, east, southeast. Okay, so we need to rotate once to the right. And this will put us back in the direction we need to go. Oh, here we go. All right. And as we pull up to the end of the line, we will bid farewell to the Selenitic age. One last time. Good riddance. Just kidding. That's actually, I think, that was actually, I think, my favorite age to figure out because it had to do with like sounds and music and having, you know, played a musical instrument for a long time, and every now and again I do pick up my old trumpet, but it was just, yeah, I think it was my favorite age. Okay, let's see what Akinar has to say.
Hello, I'm Akinar. I'm glad to see that you've returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. He's a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father. He will kill you. Began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the Aegis Myst. He hoarded riches for himself. My father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the Aegis of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. He's him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the Aegis of Myst. He burned their forest. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He destroyed all but 4 of the Aegis. Of course, I had to warn father. When I finally found him, there was Cirrus also, talking cleverly. The lying tongue of a serpent. He'd convinced father that it was I who destroyed the Aegis. He convinced father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he planned. And his father died a slow death. He has doubted my brother's clever lies, and so in dying, father imprisoned us both. I'm sure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you what I say is true. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father. His murder. Believe me. He must only recover 1 additional page to release me from this prison. It's the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf. That's this library, on the far right side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books. This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page. Remember, take the red page. Only the blue page. Return quickly to me. And do not touch the green book. It's a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, or you will rot and die, imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
Okay, so yeah, about the same thing. I think the only thing that really was distinctly different was the kind of the story of their dad. Akinar claims that Cirrus murdered their father. Cirrus claimed that their father disappeared in one of the ages. But other than that, everything else sounds pretty much the same. So it's like, okay. So yeah, let's do what you say. Let's go over here. Let's go to 158. I actually do need to come here because I don't remember this. Um, okay, come on. Okay, let's quickly write this down. Where's my pen and paper? Okay. Now I do have this in graph form, so we got one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 in that column, and then third column. 1, 2, 3. Fourth column, those two. Fifth column, those three, and then just one in that column, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, this looks horrible, even on graph paper. I'm just scribbling little dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little square dots. Anyway, okay, we got it. Fireplace. Clicky. All right. So we got that, and then that there. That column we got. Skip 2, yeah, and then the rest of these are filled in. We can just do the bottom row. Would it have been easier if I did it by rows? I don't think it matters. And then these two. Okay, yeah, those. Oops. There. There. And I think that's it, yeah. Oh, we got it. Okay. So do we take the blue page or the red page? We're not going to take either. I'm sure anyone who's played this knows what happens. If we take the blue page to Akinar or the red page to Cirrus, we get trapped in either book. And fortunately, I did have the sense, or rather the paranoia, not to trust either of the brothers, and I clicked on the green book, as they advised me not to. So that's what we're going to do. Whoa. Hello, sir.
Who the devil are you?
I don't know.
Don't come here to Dunny. Not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Oh. Perhaps my story is in order.
Oh,
My
story
name is
time.
Atrus. I fear you've met my sons, Cirrus and Akinar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island. In my library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. Cyrus and Achenar, we had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged me for access to those books, and I, of course, denied them. Oh, they devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. He was their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except that they removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they have done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
So who do we believe? Right? I think Atrus sounds like he's got the most level head of the of the three, right? So we will follow the clue that we the last clue that we haven't followed. There we go. And go and let's see, go to the dock because all of the marker switches are still up. And flip this one down. And lo and behold, the single page, which just gives us access to the vault or Dani, the world in which Atrus is trapped. Because this is, as we're putting everything together, right? Everything's like, oh, putting all the clues together, the whole story together. We understand that this is the page that Cirrus was talking to Achenar about in that warning video, that message that he sent that we saw in the Channelwood Age, where he says, remember, where he's warning Achenar about about their father and saying, remember, only take one page. And so they took the one page out of the book that Atrus would need to link back here. They ripped it, or they didn't rip the page in half, but they ripped the page in half that gave the clue how to get the page, and they separated it in two different ages between the two of them, so that Atrus would not know where to find the page, even if he, I don't know, stumbled across the fact that the book was missing a page. So now we've got the missing page, and we can visit or travel to Dani where Atrus is. Oops, it's not loading on. And okay, I think that's it, yeah. And call it a day. Alright. Hello, Atrus.
Have you found the missing page? Come.
Are you sure? I don't know. I think he keeps encouraging us.
Come on, then.
Any more? Or are you just gonna keep writing? Okay, yeah, he just keeps writing. Okay. Let's go. We're diving in. And this is the vault. aka Donnie. There's Atrus. We'll talk to him in a second. Just wander around, kind of explore. There's really nothing to see or do except talk to him. It's kind of cool. Hello, sir.
Ah, my friend. You returned.
You're not my friend. I don't even know
The
you.
page? Did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me. Give me the page.
There you go.
Please, give me the page.
You want the page? Here's the page. Here's the page.
The page, my friend. The page.
Oh, you want the page? You want the page? You want the page? Fine.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make.
And this is cool that they show this. I like this, that they show how the page, like, magically inserts itself in. That's cool. What's the decision,
My
Atrus?
sons have betrayed me.
Yeah, well, I know.
must do. I shall return shortly.
Okay. Wow, he disappeared. So anyway, he's going to be gone for a minute. We can just kind of explore the room and just do nothing. Yeah. Yeah, there's only so much you can click on. All right, whatever. We'll just hang out.
It is done.
Okay.
I have many questions for you, my friend.
Ditto.
My writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, in reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst, the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with.
Okay.
Oh, and one more favor. I am fighting a foe much greater than my sons could even imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, feel free to enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you again.
You're welcome. And I think that's the last thing that Atrus says to us. Wait, no, I think he says one more thing if we just linger.
The book, you can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the last thing he says, so we can go ahead and just return to Myst. It doesn't matter because Atrus is too busy writing whatever. We don't know what book he's writing right now. We really don't know much of anything if you think about it. We only know that his sons betrayed him. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm guessing that his sons have met their end. He executed swift judgment upon them. So, yeah, nothing really to do here anymore. This is the end. There's no like ending cutscene. That was the ending cutscene right there. And of course, there are multiple endings. That's the good ending, the best ending. There are three, I guess, bad endings you could consider. One is you can go to Dani without finding the last page, and then you're trapped there with Atrus, and it's like, all right, we're both, you know, out of luck now. And because I guess the island of Myst is the key linking spot, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember. And then the other two bad endings, of course, is if you give the blue page to Akinar or the red page to Cirrus, you get trapped in either of those respective books. And then either of the brothers that you free are able to run amok again. So anyway, that is Myst, and I was rather happy that I remembered what I could, and that which I did not remember wasn't too hard to relearn. Um, this was definitely a great game. And no wonder, right, that it was beloved by many people. But also, I guess, just as some closing remarks, that there were some critics of the game who blamed Myst for the downturn in popularity of like the vanilla adventure game, right? Those who grew up with King's Quest or Space Quest or uh, Police Quest or other adventure games, not just the Sierra ones. Those are just the Sierra ones. And I mentioned those because those were such, so mainstream and popular. But yeah, Myst was a turning point in many um, facets of the adventure gaming industry, and it really did. It flipped it on its head. Um, but anyway, that is the end of Myst, and our next adventure, as the traveler or stranger, whatever his name is, we will return for another adventure in Riven. So, until our next adventure, so long for now.